Hello, everybody. Welcome to This Week in Geek with Brian, Kadri, and Danny. We are live, and we are going to be talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day. So if you haven't seen the movie, we want to give you a very important note. Spoilers. Spoilers ahead. So if you haven't seen the movie, or you've seen it and you don't want to, talk about it for whatever reason, or if you haven't seen it and you want to see this later, come back and you can hear what we had to say about it. But highly suggest going to see it. And at this point, one of the reasons why I didn't argue with my co-hosts about doing this video with spoilers is because apparently, according to the box office, everybody, their mother and their dead grandmother have seen this movie. So here we are. We're going to talk some spoilers. So first off, let's start off. Welcome, Kadri. You can find him at Cocaine718 on Instagram. Welcome, sir.
Welcome.
How are you doing today?
I am wonderful. How are you, Brian Upton?
I am fantastic. I got a great package today that I will go over during our pickups before we get going into Spider-Man.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
What's in the box? You gave me a lot of joy today, so we'll go over that. But Danny, my man, Papa Gucci's on Instagram. How are you doing, brother?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Well, that's very exciting. All right. Danny, can you go ahead and tell everybody who we are super appreciative for sponsoring tonight's show?
This show brought to you
Turbo.
Toys. Turbo Toys with a Z. Find them on Instagram. Say that again. You cut out, buddy.
Located in Prospect.
There you go. You can find them in Prospect Heights, Illinois. It's also brought to you by
Mr. Wayne's Pop Culture located in West Illinois.
Sorry, I didn't give you a very good prompt on that one. But yeah. So very special thanks to our two sponsors, Mr. Wayne's Pop Culture and Collectibles and Turbo Toys. It's Turbo Toys with a Z. Both of these you can find on Instagram, and you can find their brick and mortar stores in Westmont, Illinois for Mr. Wayne's and in Prospect Heights for Turbo Toys. So without further ado, we have a lot to talk about. So let's get right down to our pickups real quick, and then we'll get into our Spider-Man talk. Danny, you want to lead us off tonight?
Sure, but it's going to be too many things in front of me.
Okay.
All right. So Moon Knight.
Nice. What do you think of it?
It's okay.
Yeah, just okay, huh?
And I get this guy.
Big Loud. Move. Don't go loud. That's unsolid.
Green Ranger.
Green Ranger. Nice.
Oh, the kaiju one?
Godzilla.
Blocky's SDR.
Very cool.
It's Godzilla.
Oh, I was like,
Hey, little one, what does Godzilla say?
What's Godzilla say?
Rawr.
Rah.
Rawr.
I thought FIFA World Cup just came out too.
Okay, honey. Bye, honey. Sorry, I had a little interruption. He gets very excited when we're on. He wants to see you guys so bad.
And finally, seeing wired for my medieval spawn.
Now that looks badass.
Yes. It's because of this. All right.
That looks really good.
It's amazing. What is that?
It's me. I'm sorry. My wife is messaging me. My son is at football practice, and he was having kind of a rough go before he left. So sorry about that.
No worries.
I don't know how to turn the chime off, and honestly, if I do, I'll forget it's off, and then I'll miss like 100 messages and like go through 3 days without realizing. Like I'll be like, oh wow, it's been really quiet lately, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I turned off my dinger. But anyway, sorry about that. Go ahead.
That's it.
Well, very nice pickups. I might have to find out where you live and come hijack that spawn from you, but just saying.
Good luck.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with the guy whose name is Pain Instructor. All right, so anyway,
you do know where that reference is from, right?
Yes, I know what the reference is from. That's why I made the comment.
Mm.
All right, Kadri, my man, from New York, straight from New York, the NYC. Bring us some goods. Let's see the 100 things you've picked up this week. Dun, 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 dun. Is that the Alex Ross one?
Correct.
I love it.
And since you can't have one without the other.
Very nice. I'm very jelly. Did I tell you he was at the toy show I went to last Sunday?
Yeah, probably for like $50.
No, he was just walking the show. He lives in Chicago.
Oh, Alex Ross?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there's a picture of him with the owner of a comic and toy store called Got Comics Inc. It's on Instagram. You can see the owner gets a booth at all these toy shows, and he like saw him, like, oh my god. So anyway,
the next thing I got is our friend Mr. Moon Knight from Rivals. I was gonna pass on him because of the price tag and the terrible fucking capes that he came with, but hopefully GPS slot will make a cloth wired version of this.
I mean, I have one for Moon Knight and it's pretty thick, but mine's for the standard Moon Knight. I don't know if there's a difference.
Yeah, for the standard. Well, there's no point in getting that one if because again it has all that shit in the back. Also, sticking to Rivals, I also got Venom.
See,
this Venom is actually one of the better Venom figures.
That one with Jeff, I want a lot. Yeah, he hasn't jumped on yet, so we can't do him. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Jeff. I decided I don't really want Jeff, but my friend wanted Jeff, but not the Venom. So I told him if either one of us buys the Venom, I'll take the Venom off you and sell you the Jeff. Or sell me the Venom and you take the Jeff, or I'll take the Venom and sell you my Jeff. So I ended up picking it up. Oh, look who it is. We were just talking about you.
Thank you. Oh, look how cute Jeff is. There's kind of you guys have never seen him, but there's a little bit of a resemblance. He just needs a little facial hair on Jeff.
Also, the next thing I got, 89 Two-Face. Looks really great. The only thing, my only criticism of it is they didn't include a gun.
I like that Two-Face a lot. That's the one that's inspired by the 89 movie, right?
Well, yeah. That would have been what Billy D. Williams would have looked like had they included him in the sequel.
That's cool.
To go with him is the 89 Batman. Although the funny thing is, I thought they would fix the neck, but no, it's still two pieces instead of one. So, but they did include a two-tone cloth wired cape. So
his cape was purple on the inside?
Yeah, in the comic.
Oh, in the comic. I was gonna say.
In the comic, yes. In the comic, it was. Let's see. Next, got this bad boy. You guys know I wasn't gonna leave this behind.
Of course.
The Walmart exclusive Collector Con 2-pack.
Did you order it or did you find it in store?
Fuck no, I had to order it.
Oh, so sorry to interrupt.
The only thing that's scaring me now is Jada Next Level. Apparently, people have been getting cancellation emails for the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives.
Uh-oh.
So I'm kind of worried right now.
Hey, at least you got it.
I got that one too.
I just got Mewtwo.
Mewtwo?
Now, yeah, Mewtwo from Pokemon.
That's Mewtwo. I don't know Pokemon, so.
And then now I want to get the Mega Lucario. I didn't know that they were making him, so now I'm trying to get him. Then, sorry. Then the next couple of things I got here were some stuff that I grabbed from a friend over the weekend. I finally found a Penta. So happy about this one. Every day I regretted not picking up that AEW Supreme Penta. Now at least I have one.
Yo, shout out to Chelsea Green, interim women's champ.
Oh yeah, I just got her Ultimate Edition figure the other day. I also got the Great Muta. I had the first release of this one, but apparently my my friend was like, "Oh, you have to get the greatest hits one because now it has different paint on all the faces." And I'm like, "Damn it!"
Always a
But
catch, especially with Mattel.
yeah, but I mean, I like Muda, so he's so can't never have too many of him.
It's kind of my feeling
Next,
about Piper.
I got the brand new day figure art Spider-Man.
Nice.
I was gonna get the Hulk, but then I was like, you know what? I can wait on him because he's kind of tiny,
A little bit.
a little bit. Next,
Ooh, nice.
I've always wanted a 6-inch Tick figure, and it's just the one that that came out a long time ago was just way too expensive.
Mm.
So, Big Bad Toy Store, they have this thing called Big Bad Toy Workshop or something like that or whatever. They actually decided to make a Tick figure. So as soon as I saw that, I picked him up, and then eventually I got him, and I was like super happy. But the thing with him is the articulation is kind of limited. Also, Spider-Man came in.
Sweet.
Figure Gamerverse Wolverine. I haven't had a chance to open it yet, but definitely going to soon.
I'm shocked.
I know. I'm shocked too, but the thing
Wait,
is, it's,
Wolverine figure? What?
Huh?
You got a
yeah,
Wolverine?
I know. I literally got him over the weekend. So, and then a few other things I got from my good friend Brienne of Tarth,
Looks familiar.
the Wolverine cycle, and he managed to find the claws.
I did at the Kane County Toy Show, Chicago.
Oh,
Toy Show.
that? Mr. Wayne?
It's funny. I saw the one, and then it took me about 10 minutes at the very bottom of the pile to find the second, and I was all like excited about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can repaint the paint chip parts here.
Your name is over it, but here I can fix that.
Oh, I'm gonna try to see if I can paint over the green parts there that kind of faded because of the kind of paint they used.
Well, think about it. That thing is now what, 35 years old?
Oh, I know. Listen, I gotta try to find a color that matches it.
Usually when I find them, something's broken on them.
Hey, listen, this thing is pristine in my book compared to other ones I've seen. And then lastly, I found this at Burlington. Although this is not the figure that it comes with. This is from the 5-pack. But they gave me like a huge discount on this because the figure was missing. And the shit that gets me is like, so some little fucker decided that, hey, I don't want the bike, I want the figure. Fucking take the figure out and leave the bike. I'm like,
if you watch enough YouTubers, they all tell you that they've stolen something from here or there. So,
and the thing is, Burlington has very their security guys are very very gung ho type of guys. So it's like,
I don't know.
Shocked.
We only get them like around Christmas time. We don't see them otherwise.
Yeah, which is crazy, but
and it depends what part of what area you go to.
And he fell over. Fuck him.
Fuck him.
Fuck them all.
Fuck him.
Yeah. Also, the 5-pack from with the dark side in it.
Yeah.
Like all these figures are super loose in the legs, like to the point where it's like they can't even stand. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the later waves, they kind of fix that. Huh?
You've complained about that before, that you don't like the joints and that they're wonky.
Wait.
With the DC Sonic line, I'm saying.
Yeah, the DC Sonic. Yeah, well, the first waves of those figures, like the QC on them were just terrible.
Yeah.
But it's like now the subsequent waves, they got better.
Say that again, Danny. It's hard to hear you.
Is he talking about the ones in the
Are you talking about he's talking about the first wave.
Oh, the first
Well,
wave.
like the first wave. So they had 2-packs, and then they had those single individual releases.
Mhm.
I got in the 5-pack with the Dark Side, or 4-pack, sorry, with the Dark Side, and like basically out of the 4 figures, basically Dark Side and Silver as Green Lantern were the most solid out of the 4. Sonic and Batman, I mean Sonic and Shadow their legs are just forget it. Like
Okay.
I had to put little cotton pieces in Sonic's hip joint at the legs, just so I could get it to be more stable.
Wow,
So
that's crazy. You shouldn't have to do that for.
yeah. The other thing I could do is probably keep them in boiling hot water for like a minute, and then just reconnect it back on so that the plastic kind of maybe gets to its like holds tighter. I guess that's one trick another friend of mine told me about, but I haven't really tried it yet.
I use the floor wax method, and some people have said, "Oh, it discolors the figures." I've yet to run into that problem, and I've been doing it for like 7 years. So, especially with like older Toy Biz Marvel Legends, they're just wonky as hell. But
It just sucks that
far-
when you're
just to get rid of the wonkiness. And it's still, I mean, I still have a figure that I did back when I found out about it it's probably 8 years ago now. And no discoloration, and it still holds well. So
yeah, but it just sucks because it's like you're you buy these figures and you expect them to at least be,
yeah, for sure.
But again, we've talked about this ad nauseum.
Yes,
So
sir.
it's like, so we're
Anything else?
no, that's it.
That's it? Not all the other stuff in the box? All right, cool.
Oh well, I mean, I don't have them on me near me right now, but I do have. Oh, I do have one more. I got Dozer, and I was talking to Danny about this. It's wild how this figure has the ball peg upper torso, and the inverted U ab crunch, but single jointed fucking elbows.
I mean,
It's crazy.
That figure is actually pretty old now. It came out in 2019, 2020, which is
Yeah.
fun because I found it for you at Ross, which is
Right.
funny to me. And listen, I'm a Ghostbusters fan, but I feel like a lot of casuals like me, like I collect some of the, I should say I collect a lot of the real Ghostbusters stuff back in the day. But the only reason I didn't grab the new figures, even when they went on clearance, is that they're under scale to like all the other 6-inch figures. They're like 5.25 or something. So it was
essentially they're the same size as Black Series, if you really think about it.
I don't know. The ones that I compared to like my Marvel Legends, they looked much shorter. So
No, for sure. They are shorter, like compared to Marvel Legends, but they're close.
They're pretty close.
But they're closer in scale to Black Series, which Black Series are usually smaller, which is ironic because they scale very well with figure arts.
All right. Well, that was my reasoning, and that's what I heard a lot of people complain about with them. But I feel like they would have done better had they done a bigger variety and a little bit bigger scale. But that's just me.
Do you think? Do you think Mondo will do movie 6-inch figures?
I don't know if they can. I don't know if they have the licensing for it.
Oh, right. Makes sense.
All right, let me get to mine so we can get into the topic. First off, I got this old school Chipper Jones figure from Kadri, my main man. This was a gift from Kadri. I just got the box in today from him. If you don't know, I do collect sports figures as well, starting lineups, the McFarlanes, all that. So thank you for that. He picked up this owl for me back when it was on clearance. He got it super cheap. I couldn't find it anywhere. The big one I've been waiting for. One of my favorite Spider-Man villains and one of my favorite villains of all time. Probably number 5 on my list. But when you think of how vast Marvel is, this lizard is absolutely sick. I'm glad we got this McFarlane head for it because I already have the Bath. But that McFarlane head and the new colors do make a huge difference. So I'm very excited to add this. And I thank from the bottom of my heart Kadri for giving up one of his extras to me as I missed the boat and forgot to get it.
Adorable.
Right? He's a good dude. Say what you want. He's a good dude. Now, he also got me the Jack Nicholson style Joker in the Batman 89-ish colors, and I'm very excited about that. I forgot that it even said he would give me one of his. I knew Danny has the
Platinum.
the Platinum Dark Knight Returns version, and I saw him at Walmart the other day in a guy's hands, and I just missed grabbing him. Like if I had gone there 3 minutes earlier, if I didn't go to pee first, basically, I would have gotten it. And luckily, I did go to pee because I forgot that Kadri was getting it to me, and then he reminded me. He was like, "I already got that for you, dude." And I was like, "Oh fuck, didn't even know."
And you paid for it.
And I paid for it, and I totally forgot. But that's typical me when it's my buddies. I don't really think about it. If it's like someone I don't know, I'm like on it like glue. But my friends, I don't. I'm like, all right, I'll get it when I get it. Next up, he gifted me this one, which I knew about, and I love Zatanna, so I was very excited to get this one. I can't even begin to tell you because I really love Zatanna, and she looks beautiful, and I'm so excited to crack her open and add her to the shelf. And then he also surprised me with, he knew I really wanted this Black Canary, and I've only seen the Platinum one, which I didn't like as much, but this is the one I really wanted, which is funny. I saw the Platinum one, but I didn't see this one. But yeah, so Black Canary, dude, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Seriously, it was exciting just to get the notification that it dropped off, because I've been wanting that lizard so bad.
I know.
And the Joker I was excited about when you reminded me of it. And the Chipper Jones, I actually don't have any from this Pro Action Baseball series.
Oh, which is funny because I found it at fucking Goodwill, of all places.
That I remember you telling me. Like I don't have any of those, and it's like so goofy and crazy that I just love it. And all I needed to put on my Daredevil. So thanks for picking that up for me. But I mean, honestly, dude, like, you dropped a lot of coin on me, and I gave you like $6 worth of cards and like a $10 Wolverine motorcycle. So let's just say I'm very thankful, and I really appreciate it.
Listen, you've done more than enough for me, so.
Oh, stop it. But no, I really was kind of like, this motherfucker, in the nice way, like this motherfucker. Like when you said, "Oh, I got a surprise for you," I thought maybe you found like an old Toy Biz figure or something for me. I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." I really didn't think it was gonna be that. So, and already knowing I was getting Zatanna, I was like, "Wow, that's pretty cool." So, all right, well, that's all my slobbing for right now. Again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Package well worth the wait, and I'm really excited. You don't even understand how I'm like, I gotta wait till the show before I open up Blizzard. I could have just opened him and showed him loose, but want to show that he was brand new and still in the shipper. So I was like, wow, like this is amazing. So thank you. It's funny because when I opened the box, I'm like, what's in the shipper? I thought maybe that's what you were talking about, because I wasn't expecting it to be in the shipper. And I'm like, what? Did he send me back Chuckles or something? Is he like, fuck you, I don't want your toy? Like, I was like,
no, I'm not stupid. You know how much Chuckles goes for now?
Yeah, but again, I knew you wanted him, and you missed the boat on that one, and now you've returned the favor with Blizzard. So again, thank you. But anyway, so let's get right into it. We all went to see Spider-Man Brand New, and we are here to talk about it with you, and we are going to fill you in on all sorts of stuff and whatnot. I went and saw it with Pete Vibes and Chicago Schultze, two of my buddies that we've been going to see all the summer blockbusters with, and guys I hang out with. Obviously, those who know me know I do the show with Pete, the Gen X Geeks. But yeah, we all. The funny part of it, I've got to sound like Candry. The funny thing is that when we went to the theater, they warned us that the AC went out before we went in, and Pete had actually gotten the back row seats for us, because every time we go to a movie, I always get that kid or that person who just sits there and kicks the fucking chair the whole time. I complained about it enough that he got us seats all the way in the back, and Schultze was cool, and he's like, "Oh, I'll bring my glasses, no worries." And So of course you're stadium style seating, so you're all the way up in the top, so heat rises.
Yep.
And so it was like, as the movie went on, it just got hotter and hotter and hotter. And I was like immersed into the movie. And yet at the same time was like, oh my God, I'm dying up here. This is crazy. The funny thing is, we went down again. I said it like casual again. We went down to the front because we were so hot. We wanted to see the end credit, and some people in the front had already left. So we ran down there and sat in their seats, and we're waiting for the end credit part. And like, it was like literally 15 degrees cooler on the bottom row, and we're like, and like you could tell they were just burning through me with their eyes, like, this is your fault because you can't stand people hitting the back of your chairs. But they didn't say anything. It was pretty funny to me. But anyway, huh?
I would have said something.
Well, we're all unique assholes in our own way. I'll just give you another demerit. But hey, I didn't need to issue you one today. You're still here on time. So anyway.
Oh yeah, you're imaginary.
Hey, there are no imaginary Brian demerits. There are demerits, and they're all very strict.
You do know that when people see you in cons now because you've said this, they're like, give me a demerit.
Well, we could hope, right? We can hope.
Why are you doing Dr. Evil?
Oh, yes, my mini.
Somebody said that to one of my friends. They said, you're friends with Dr. Evil. So I just started doing this.
I mean, hey, I'm there with you, pal. All I need's the vein. But anyway. So Spider-Man came out and it killed it at the box office, doing 360 million US and 932 million worldwide. I mean, that's huge. And it goes to show you that Spider-Man is still a big ticket movie that that people will go see. And I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say about it. Me personally, I loved it, and I can't wait to talk about it. Let's start with Danny. Danny, what did you think of Spider-Man Brand New Day?
At first, when I saw it, I was like, it's okay. I mean, it's not as good as No Way Home. I think Homecoming is my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. That's a hot take to me.
Yeah. But I mean, overall, it was a pretty good movie. I mean, I can't complain.
Okay.
I was kind of shocked at the fact I was like, why is Jean Grey? I would have preferred a regular Spider-Man villain.
I get it, and we'll get into that too. And I kind of felt the same way, but again, I feel like I have a feeling of why they kind of went the route they went. Kadri, what's your feelings on the film?
I thought it was good, but not as good as No Way Home. I felt like they could have cut out pretty much half an hour from that movie.
I think they could have too.
And literally that half an hour could have been all the who scenes.
No, what's the who scenes? We're spoiler free, or we're spoilers, so we can.
Oh, okay, so I can go. All right, so I feel like all of Jean's scenes would have been cut out, and honestly, they could have just kept it very street level. Like Metzger should have just been the main villain of Damage Control.
So keeping up with the fact that Spider-Man was going up against just street level guys, dealing with the fact that his friends didn't remember him, he's missing him, like all that plot point was still, that literally could have been the movie. So then what would he have been looking for with the main bad? I mean, what would have been what would you have put in its place for Damage? Like, why would Damage Control be looked at as bad at the end? What would they have been hiding? How would you have brought Hulk in? How would you have still
easy? They could have kidnapped Hulk, put him under mind control. I mean, listen, he had that inhibitor technology. What's to stop them from changing up that inhibitor technology to use it for mind control?
Well, and that's a funny thing everybody keeps bringing up. They're saying that Peter made the inhibitors, and like what's could be used to say what makes the mutant collars for the X-Men and what, for mutants. But technically, didn't the Hulk kind of do that first?
exactly. That's the point.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Everybody I've listened to online, because I've been deep diving into all this, has been going off about, Peter made the inhibitors that,
And also, I forgot his name, but there's a Spider-Man villain that has a similar power set to jump in and out of people's bodies. I forgot his name, but he could have been the main villain.
Purple Man. Well, it's not that he really jumps in and out, but he can control them through his
Well,
mind.
Purple Man is no. There was another guy besides Purple Man. Purple Man is I forgot the guy. I forgot the person's name, but there is a Spider-Man villain that can jump in and out of people's bodies. But Purple Man would have actually. But then again, Purple Man. Did Purple Man die? Didn't he die in Jessica Jones? Or
I mean, it's comic book, so
yeah. I mean, they could have found a way to bring him back. But yeah. But I'm saying, like, it could have been someone other than Jean. Because it's like that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I don't want to cut you. I thought you were done. That's all.
And because here's the thing, it's literally out of character for her to be that way. Except when she's in Dark Phoenix. When she's the Dark Phoenix. But my point is, it's literally. But you could all say, oh, well, this is her from the beginning. She was young. She had no guidance. This was before Professor Xavier.
I mean, you're an X-Men guy. I'm an X-Men guy. Danny, are you into X-Men, or are you just kind of novice?
I would say sure.
Okay. I mean, you guys both know that the story of Jean comes from her having troubles at home and all the rest of that. And I've even heard people say, like, Jean never has a sister. Jean absolutely did have a sister.
She did have a sister.
She definitely had a sister that's died more than once. But
yeah, she was also she was in many different continuities of X-Men too. So
yep. And part of Jean's past is the fact that her powers caused her parents to really be like, yeah, we can't deal with her. And it caused her to do, like what most mutants do when they're left alone or, unguided, to kind of go down a dark path. And that's what brings in Professor X. And people even forget, like, what was it, X-Men, the last X-Men movie that came out?
Which one?
What was the one that they showed up at her house when she's young?
X-Men 3.
Was it X-Men 3? Okay, so they show up at her house. Good job, Danny. They show up at her house, and they even show that she's, like, causing all sorts of problems and whatever else, and that's what introduces Charles to her and whatever else. So you're always going to have that different continuity with that. And again, the movies are never exactly like the comics. They can't be. But
at the same time, she's not murdering people.
No, but again, yes, that's
that's the part I'm saying that's completely out of character. It's like, she's caused issues, she's gone down the dark path, but she hasn't murdered anybody. It's not like Rogue. Like Rogue was a whole other different story. But
at the same time, I mean, I was a little miffed when, like, they had that guy get hit by the taxi or whatever. That was pretty bullshit. But like the dropping people off the building, she knew Spider-Man was going to go save them, and that's how she'd get away or whatever else, or cause
right. That the whole double jeopardy cliche.
Yes, which happens in every Spider-Man anything, and I'm a Spider-Man guy as well. But anyway, my point being is that, like, I see why they were setting her up to be in that position, and I strongly believe that the bus ride that she's on, that she's heading to upstate New York.
Yep.
To meet Professor X, and
I agree.
I really feel like she was set up because they're trying to start setting up all the future X-Men and stuff. Because again, she was a kid. She was still a kid. And it doesn't make the fact that she let someone get killed or mangled by a taxi or was dropping people off of roofs, but she was also, the big plot twist behind it is that she's been,
looking for her sister.
And her sister was taken without any reason. And yeah, she was doing bad stuff like jumping in and out of people's bodies, but which to me, I don't remember being as big a thing with Jean Grey, but I mean, it makes sense because she'd be occupying their mind and controlling them, which is something telepaths do, but
Well, she is an Omega level mutant, so.
exactly. But she doesn't know how to use the power. Again, we can go on and on and on and on about that, but
And also, let's talk about Metzger. Most people don't know that he is also an X-Men villain.
he is. He very much is.
A very minor one, but an
Which-
X-Men villain nonetheless.
Which again, to me, made a lot of sense as I'm watching it, because I'm like, well, if they brought in like Trask or somebody like that, it would make too much sense, and people would be like, oh wow, they're bringing X-Men 97 in, or I see why they would keep it separate and why they would go down this road, and it makes a lot of sense.
I do see your point where the whole inhibitor thing that Peter created would lead to building the mutant collars.
Yeah, and a lot of people have been talking about that. It's not just been me, but
because originally, if I remember correctly, in the cartoons, it was Forge that built them.
Originally, yes, if I remember correctly as well. Yes,
I think X-Men 97 revealed that, if I remember.
Yes, I think it was the first episodes of the season, actually. But anyway, I just overall, I understood why they brought Jean in after seeing it, because I was very much that way too. I'm like, why are they bringing Jean Grey in? And then once they started showing that, like once you saw things started happening in that scene where she's in his apartment, you can tell, okay, this is Sadie Sink. They tried to shadow her out and whatever.
Right.
Hell, she was a female, and it's like, okay, well, we haven't seen Sadie Sink yet, so here we go. And I was like, okay, this makes sense. Jean's going in and out of bodies, da 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 da. And I had heard that like Mr. Negative was going to be in it, so I didn't know if maybe this was some kind of weird Mr. Negative thing. I didn't know what the hell was
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought it was going to be like when they showed Sadie Sink, I kind of figured, I'm like, no, they're not going to do that, because at first I thought it was going to be Mr. Negative.
Mm-hmm. I did too. I really did, and I thought maybe Jean would come in to counteract him or whatever.
Right? Like she would come in to counteract him, and just like he'd be like, "Oh, I need help," and then she would be the one to kind of like, "Hey, I can counteract this guy."
But again, I mean, it makes sense that she would come in the way she did, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie. This was my favorite Spider-Man movie, and Spider-Man 2 has been one of my favorite comic book movies, right behind Captain America: Civil War. Or not Civil War, Winter Soldier. That's the second time I've said that. Behind Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier was a masterpiece to me. I just loved everything about it.
It was a masterpiece. I think it's the best. I still think it's the best MCU movie.
I agree. And I love Endgame, and I love Listen, I like Age of Ultron, and a lot of people shit on it, but I enjoyed it. And I love the first Avengers movie, and I mean, a lot of the earlier films I love. But this movie didn't just give me like the excitement of Spider-Man. Like it was, I loved, and I feel like anybody who's loved in their lifetime and has lost that love, like they didn't want it to end and they've lost it, there's always that yearning that you want it back. There's always that, oh, if I can have one more moment with that person, whether it's through breakup or death or whatever else. Like, I thought Tom Holland did such a good job of portraying that through his body motions and just his general feel, the way he acted about it. I mean, Danny, could you tell me that you honestly didn't feel it? Like when he finally gets a chance to just be in the same room with her, like you couldn't feel that loss and that sense of just like, oh God, this is gut wrenching. And like, wouldn't you also be checking social media constantly and being like, oh, what are they up to? What are they doing? I mean, your thoughts?
I felt yeah. I felt Spain. I definitely did.
I mean,
you're doing the same thing he'd be doing.
I mean, I tell everybody all the time, like, listen, like, there's always going to be that ex or somebody else, and like I try to explain to people who go through hard losses that I'm friends with. I always try to explain to them, like, the pain you're feeling is normal and it's fine, but keep in mind your relationship wasn't perfect, and that's why it is where it is now. But at least now you know what you need. And if you're yearning that much for that person, you need to find someone like that person, but without these faults that made you guys be at each other's throats all the time. Because when you are missing that person, you forget all the negative and shitty things about them, right? But you need to take all the things that you miss about that person and find that in somebody new. And granted, there's always that honeymoon stage, the first 3 months.
But hold on. Like, you're really comparing apples to oranges here, because think about it this way. He lost them because
Just wait. I'm getting to that point. I am getting to that point.
I'll be right back, Thomas.
All right. So my main point about it is, though, is like we all are going to be sitting there looking for that person. We're all going to be like checking them out on social media, and because he made them forget about him, like he said, I'm going to go back and find them, but then he saw them happy and living their lives and whatever, and he couldn't bring himself to do it, and he knew bringing them back in would put them in danger. So again, my point of saying, like, you're going to miss these people, whatever, and what I all said was, like, he had the perfect girl for him. He had the perfect best friend, people who would have done anything for him. They showed that movie after movie after movie, but it's his sense of responsibility of not wanting them to get hurt the same way May gets hurt that really makes him stop himself at the donut shop or at the party or wherever he is, that keeps him from making that dive back in. And I knew that note at some point, that note that he had written to say to her at the donut shop, was going to come back into play. And again, the reason I brought up all the other stuff is because we all have that, what's that person up to thing. But imagine it where you didn't have a breakup. Your breakup was, was a necessity that obviously he controlled, but, it was a necessary to him as being Spider-Man. So, like, all he can do now is look from afar and see them going through all these great things that he wish he could be a part of, and would really help him get, through hard times as being Spider-Man, but he's too afraid of bringing them back in and seeing them get hurt again. And to me, all those scenes were really impactful. And I really, like, a lot of credit to Tom Holland on it, because he really sold me on how much he was hurting and how much, and even, I forget who what the name of the detective was that he kept talking to.
Jane DeWolf.
Jane DeWolf. Okay. She was fantastic. And I love that they put her in there to kind of have him.
She's kind of like his Commissioner Gordon.
Basically, yes. And it also gives him an opportunity to kind of narrate his feelings and narrate what he's going through, and her narrate what he's doing with, like, oh, what's going on with your emotions and all this is affecting your body and and affecting your powers. And then also, like, the part of her being like, hey, you're kind of you're immersing yourself into work, meaning, fighting bad guys and whatever else. And, you forget until they bring it up that it's been like 5 years, because they actually did say, 4 years, whatever. 4 years, they actually did say that it had been a long time since it had happened, and they had already gone to MIT and graduated and everything, and were like in graduate school or something?
No, they're just living their lives. They're adults now.
Well, I don't know, because he went to, I got a little confused by what he was doing with school, so I don't know. But
is he even going to school? I know he was going to, I think he might have just went to ESU.
He went to ESU to meet with Dr. Benner, but he didn't actually go there. And they made that point by saying the library is the other way. Like,
right. Okay.
But he did say didn't he say I'm like an undergrad or something like that? I don't know. But whatever. The point being is that, like, I like that she was in there, like you said, almost as his Commissioner Gordon, and, made it very, like, almost like a narrative to be like, yeah, you're going through some tough times and it's affecting your health and it's doing this and it's doing that and maybe affecting your judgments and whatever else. And I just felt like it all came together and pushed really well. I thought it was very well written and very well directed to bring all these things in. And let's be honest, that opening montage, it's funny because Pete had said to Schultze and I really hope they do it the way they did with Fantastic Four, where they show a quick montage of them fighting all the supervillains and then kind of get into the movie. And they did the same exact thing, and I thought it was perfect. Because we got Tarantula, we got Tombstone, we got Boomerang. I didn't even notice.
And they copied all the comic covers, too.
And they copied all the comic. We even got Ramrod.
Right.
Ramrod. Like, I haven't seen Ramrod in a comic in probably 40 years. I don't know, but I thought that was incredible. I was like, really, Ramrod?
And also in the comics, Jean DeWolf dies a very horrible death.
Well, as do most people in Spider-Man books, which, again, if you know Spider-Man, you sit there and you go, Yeah, I could see why nobody would want to be close to him.
Well, again, the thing is, and it's funny, everybody thinks Spider-Man is the most tragic character when it comes to like people he loves dying horribly. But if you really think about it, Spider-Man would be second place compared to, say, Kyle Rayner, who everybody remembers the whole body in the fridge, infamous body of the in the fridge thing. So it's like, but the funny thing, and just like all Spider-Man comic books and movies, no matter how much you try to keep away from the ones you love, they end up getting thrust into the middle of your craziness. So it's like,
time with anything though. I mean, the people around you, like the two assholes on the other end of this camera for me, these people are important to you, and they're what makes your world happier. It's what brings you, like I'm having a rough day at work all day today, and I couldn't wait to come talk to you guys about this film. So I mean, again, the people around you are essential. And the people you love are essential. And if I had some kind of Spider-Man, power, and I, or superhero power in general, and I had a bunch of bad guys that I was facing, the last thing I'd want is for them to, put my family in danger or put my friends in danger or whatever, So, I mean, I think everybody can relate to that. And that's what's always made Spider-Man great, is he's a very relatable character, as this Peter Parker persona.
Yeah, so, he's like the everyman superhero.
Exactly. I mean, it's just, he really is. And honestly, I felt like a lot of, because I love I loved No Way Home as well, as most people did. I mean, you get all those spider characters and whatnot. It was great. All the different Spider.
Well, No Way Home was probably the best Tom Holland film, in my opinion, out of all of them, and not just because of like Toby and Andrew Garfield and Andrew Garfield. Like everything in it, from like the way Green Goblin told him, it's like, you have the power to take what you want, but you won't. You don't have the guts to choose. And it's like, Green Goblin made that choice for him. Green Goblin was like, I'm going to take the thing you love most so I could turn you into what I am, a monster.
He is kind of a little bit of a scientist himself.
Well, that's true. So the thing is, in my opinion, like, the Green Goblin is pretty much Peter's Joker. Except if it wasn't for Garfield and Toby, he would have ended up killing, remember Kraven's Last Hunt?
First off, you're absolutely right. He absolutely is the Batman's Joker. I mean, Green Goblin and Spider-Man, that's his greatest foe.
So that's the thing. But going back to another point, you remember the comic? Do you remember Kraven's Last Hunt comic?
Yeah, of course.
Well, they did a what if comic saying, what if Peter ended up killing Kraven?
That just came out, right?
I don't know if that just came. No, I think it was out a while ago. But anyway.
Oh, they're redoing a bunch of them.
No, I think it's an older what if book. But in that book, Peter pretty much becomes a psychopath.
Yeah.
And a killer. And like, he becomes irredeemable. He pretty much becomes Kraven. Because he went down that path. So, because there was nobody to like stop him. But like, he would have went down a similar path to that had it not been for Peter. Because even Toby said it, we have to save everyone. Or we have to cure everyone.
Well, that was what I was kind of getting at with it, though. I mean, like, you have the death of Aunt May. You have him trying to redeem everybody and trying to fix everything and make everything better, but at the same time trying to fix things so everybody doesn't know he's, Peter Parker anymore.
Right.
And, in the end of the movie, you realize
there's consequences to your actions.
Well, you realize, yeah, like, you can't save everybody, for one. For two, the people around you are always going to be in danger. And if they choose to be in that danger, they choose it. But
that eventually you may lose them.
Yeah. And I mean, that's why he does everything, goes through everything. And I thought this movie was a great continuation of dealing with all of
that theme, because the theme at the end, or the moral to the story, is you really can't do everything alone.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Perfectly said. You literally said what I was trying to convey. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. Danny, how great was Punisher in this movie?
Something like this.
Really? Wow. I'm shocked. I thought for sure you would have. I thought Punisher was perfect in this, like just perfect.
No, they defanged him.
What? How do you? Okay, you guys got to talk. Go ahead, Danny. Why are you up and down on it?
Well, it's PG-13, and Punisher's more of a character.
True.
You know,
but it is Spider-Man. I mean, if you read a lot of Spider-Man and Punisher stuff, it's always him trying to stop him from killing people. It's like, hey, I need your help, but no killing, and he's always like, oh
yeah. But they're arguing like a fucking married couple. You do not see that in the comics.
Pick up the new Spider-Man Punisher book. Granted, it's probably influenced by the new movie, but
well, again, that's probably why. Like, it's probably influenced by the. But if you read the past comic books,
it's been 100. So I mean,
like again, I kind of akin their relationship to like Punisher and Daredevil. How like they always have a philosophical debate on their views on crime and punishment. So it's like. He has those same conversations. Of course, Spider-Man always has some kind of witty fucking comeback that annoys the hell out of Punisher. But like in the film, they sound like a fucking old married couple, and it's like, and sometimes it gets annoying.
I don't know. I loved it. I loved all the stuff. I loved the scene with the van. I loved him, webbing him right before he says drops the F-bomb.
And the whole Staten Island thing. Oh my God.
Staten Island thing. Which part? I'm
like, can you remember Staten Island?
Okay. I loved it. Okay, so you guys weren't crazy about Punisher. All right. Well, I could see that, especially after just seeing One Last Kill.
Yes, exactly.
I could see where people would be like,
because like the Punisher from One Last Kill is completely different from.
Well, I think One Last Kill was like I'm actually becoming the Punisher. I'm not just killing the people who, I'm not just going after the people who took out my family. I think it was more of a like, hey, now I am the Punisher. Now I'm going to help people. I mean, I think that's the whole point of the movie. See, Danny gets it. I mean, it's just, I think that was literally the whole point of it, is like, it's not just getting vengeance on who hurt his family and killed his family. It's now I am the Punisher. I am a good.
But yeah, if you watch the past seasons of Punisher, he wasn't going after people that killed his family.
The series was definitely him being Punisher, but One Last Kill was like, okay, this is the catapult into him being, almost a psychopath based off of what's happened to him, but at the same time realizing there are other people I couldn't save my family, but there's other people I can save.
I guess, but the thing is, watching the series and then watching One Last Kill is just. I kind of felt like that was a continuation of that. But
let's be honest, the first season's great. After that, it continuously goes downhill.
That I do agree with. I also
fallen asleep during every episode. I was like, "Good God, get to the fucking action."
Yeah, I mean that's true.
You're right. When you go to watch something like The Punisher, you're like, I want to watch this to see him kick ass and kill people, and you basically want to see him go in like Rambo. I mean, and you want to see him doing it in the most fucked up ways possible and things like you would never even think of, which One Last Kill delivers 100%. But I don't know. I love the back and forth. I love it. I thought it was from beginning to end, everything with Punisher, even him coming in and shooting at Hulk the way he was, honestly, the only thing that went through my head when MJ tells him to go help Spider-Man is like, okay, so what happens if she trips up off one of those booby traps when
he's gone?
It's like, oh no, MJ, what happened to MJ? But anyway,
like, oops.
So Danny, what was it that what was your feeling? I want to get your feedback on what bothered you. Was it kind of the same as what we're saying? Tell us your feelings. You chime in, bud.
I mean, I'm used to just like the television show. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Come on, Red.
Yeah, like
come on, Red. What are you going to do?
stop it all. But fuck everybody else. This is what's about to happen. Like and get shit done. You know what I mean? Like like after he shot Pete, he meant to shoot Gray, but you wouldn't think that he dude, why the fuck would you do that?
I mean, he was trying to stop Gene so he could get the hold off of New York that was spreading.
Of course.
I mean,
like he wouldn't be like, why the fuck would you do that? You're an idiot for getting my way. I could have ended this right there.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, there's that, but I did like his remorse about it and whatnot, and the scene in the hospital when he tells him, "I gotta wait for you to get out." Classic.
Yeah, like
that was pretty funny.
The amount of Punisher thing we've seen with people like putting the Spider-Man hands on the Frank Castle and the Spider-Man head on Frank and having him at a window has been amazing. What about we had a lot of guest spots in this, a lot of cameos. What about Yelena? What'd you feel about Yelena being in it?
I don't think she was even needed.
That's exactly. Yeah, I couldn't find the words. But yes, it just wasn't necessary.
I feel like she was in there purely to say when they do meet up in Secret Wars or Doomsday or whatever, they can tell you they don't have to introduce them all over again like in they did in Infinity War and all the rest of that.
But from the way he was talking, it seems like he knew them already.
Oh, I'm sure he does, but I mean, again, that's why I think they're trying to establish that. And I thought it was good comic relief in the middle of it. That whole, obviously, you guys have seen my photo. I sent it to you guys to tell me which one to put up.
Right.
But I thought it was fun. So this really is as soon as he walks in and she's getting the towels ready, I'm like, he's at a Russian bathhouse. That's hysterical. And I'm like, here comes the Yelena scene. And sure enough, but I didn't expect her to be in the water. And wasn't sure if she was naked or if she was wearing something or whatever. But
everybody's saying she was naked, but whatever.
I don't, there's been scenes I've seen of, but I mean, they're probably after the fact where she's in a bikini, but I don't know. I thought it was hysterical when he came out in just his underwear and the fucking mask. That was just, I was dying. But
what's the point of having a fucking identity?
Well, yeah, exactly. But see, that's always been one of the things that drove me nuts about the Tobey movies is that he took off his fucking mask every 5 seconds. Off his mask. Anytime he's where you would say, why would you take off his mask was off, and it drove me nuts through those. And I love the Tobey movies. Spider-Man, like I said, Spider-Man 2 is one of my favorite movies. But in that one especially, his mask comes off 100 times, and it's
but that would make no way home in the void.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is I'm happy that he kept his mask on.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I was that was the whole point of that movie. Even when they tell him to take it off when he's in damage control, it was no, he can't. That's the whole point. He can't take off his mask. And to me, it was refreshing because, like I said, it really bothers me when they're constantly taking off their masks. It's that defeats the whole thing about Spider-Man.
And the crazy thing is,
these rooftops.
And the crazy thing is, he wore his suit for a majority of the film, which is crazy for me in a Spider-Man film.
Yeah, and it's good. That's what it's again one of the things I liked about it because I mean, I want to see Spider-Man.
Right.
I went to a movie called Spider-Man. If he's not Spider-Man for a good chunk of the movie, it's kind of But
it's kind of like when you watch Batman, and it's Batman '89. When you watch Batman '89. He's in the suit for what?
15, 20 minutes?
Movie? Yeah, what the fuck, man?
And even when he is, it's the classic alien thing where you don't actually see it till really only spotty here and there until the end, where you see.
And then in Returns, he kind of wore the suit more often.
Yeah.
But again, still, that was what, maybe 30, 45 minutes of the movie?
But again, he's dealing with a bunch of people and rips off his mask, no problem.
Right.
It's me. Okay, hey, I'm in front of all the bad guys, but it's me. All right.
I would say my favorite movie was when Punisher came out fighting against Hulk.
Yep.
That was fucking incredible.
It was
Like again,
the scene was amazing. And
the
again,
action scenes
they
in
really
total
need-
were great.
well, it's like everybody's like, did they really need Hulk? Did they really need Yelena? Did they? No, it's a comic book movie. It's comics. It's you have different people jumping in and out of these things all the time, and I love.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, it's obvious that's what people love because people went out to see it for one, but for two, I mean, look at movies like Endgame and Infinity War and Avengers and all. Everyone's like, oh, how are they going to put all those heroes in and still make it good?
Well,
I mean, so again, for me, everybody, and let's not forget, these things are to sell merchandise too. The more people in it, the more merchandise you sell. So
exactly.
I mean, we've just gotten 2 Punisher figures in the last year. I would not be the least bit surprised if within the next year you get a Punisher, brand new day figure. I don't know how much they're going to change to him. They don't have much to change. Maybe they give him a machine gun with some
rocket launcher,
a sniper rifle. Yeah, Spider-Man mask. You can, I mean, that would be great. But again, we got to stop giving them ideas because they're going to end up making it maximum, Punisher brand new day.
Do you think Hasbro is going to make the villain cameo figures?
I mean, they've already did. They already released the Boomerang.
But that's a comic book one, not the movie one.
I've told you this before. They do that every time. They do it every time. If you're about to get like an MCU figure because they'll release like a comic version right beforehand. And what happened? They gave us Scorpion, classic Scorpion, even with the tail. The tail doesn't have the spike on it. It's the classic one. And, well, it's supposed to be the classic one.
Well, it's the classic one with the
mouth, the face too.
The face, yeah.
But they also gave us a classic Boomerang because both Scorpion and Boomerang have newer versions out that have been out forever. And now they gave us, exclusive ones. And it's like, okay. And with the movies, they always come out like a year later. You're going to get Spider-Man. Everybody knew about Hulk being in it. So we got Hulk.
And we already got a comic Tombstone not too long ago. So.
By the way, the guy who played him, he's also the guy who does the voice in the new cartoon.
Right.
Perfect, man. Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course they're going to come out because we're all going to fucking buy it. I mean, you can release, especially if they do Ramrod. We haven't even had a comic version of Ramrod. I mean, how many people are going to jump through hoops to get Ramrod when they don't even know who he is? But
right.
I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if they do an Amazon 5-pack with a bunch of Spider-Man villains or something like that. But I don't know. I mean, I thought Yelena was great. I thought Punisher was great. But what about Hulk? Did you like Hulk raging out the way he did?
Yeah.
I mean, he's the Hulk.
Again, were you happy to see him become the Hulk we all want to see?
Yes, I did.
Or did you like Professor Hulk? Because I don't know a lot of people, because I was kind of tired of the whole Professor Hulk thing. I was like, all right, this is played out between the movie and She-Hulk and just wherever else he showed up.
I'm more interested in seeing if they're ever going to do a World War Hulk storyline.
I think down the road.
I mean, World War Hulk would be perfect as a series.
I feel like if all the stuff had gone well with Disney Plus, we'd be looking at a lot more, different storylines and stuff like that. But like they just came out yesterday or today or something like that saying that they're going to be doing less live action Marvel stuff for Disney Plus. So
well, but tell me that World War Hulk wouldn't be perfect for Disney Plus.
I agree. I mean, I think World War Hulk would be phenomenal, but I don't know if they would have a big enough budget to do it for Disney Plus. I mean, listen, they made a cartoon movie and it was great. It's one of their better animated movies before.
No, that was Planet Hulk, not World War Hulk.
That's right. That's Planet. But that's what I meant.
Because they already adapted Planet Hulk in Thor Ragnarok, so it's like
for the most part, yeah.
Yeah, but Scar's already been introduced through She-Hulk. So my guess is, it's like they could be like, "Hey, we decided to shoot you off planet." He or they exile him to wherever Scar is, and then he gets so fucking pissed off that he's like, "You know what? Fuck all of you. I'm fucking invading."
Well, again, we don't know. Ultimately, at the end of this movie, we don't know what they did with Banner. We just see him get taken away in an ambulance, and who knows? And who knows what they're going to set up with Doomsday and Secret Wars. So it'll be interesting to see what they come up with after the fact. But I mean, there's a lot of great storylines that they could be touching with all these characters. But
Oh yeah.
I did like that Ned called Yelena Black Widow. I thought that was fun too.
Well, she is the Black Widow of this continuity now, so
She is. And then what about Cindy Moon? Danny, are you familiar with Cindy Moon? Yes. So that's Silk, and she was in the scene with with Banner. He's the one who asks, why didn't Thanos just snap more food?
Mm-hmm.
And then again, I did like the guy, like you're dealing with a professor that's well known for helping save the world as the Hulk, and even not as the Hulk, and you're in a classroom and there's a kid dressed up in like green face paint and like has the Hulk hands, like, oh gosh, like again, we all know it's corny and stupid, but it's just a fun little thing. I mean, it really is. I mean, honestly, I didn't laugh as much through this movie as I have in previous ones, but the moments that hit me.
It's one of the better MCU movies in the last few years.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
I mean, it's hard to say it's not, to be honest.
But again, I kind of feel like it's weird that, with No Way Home, we had a bunch of figures to go with it, but like,
but we didn't. We didn't. We had the 3-pack that was only announced after the movie, because I think.
Did you forget about the No Way Home wave?
The No Way Home wave came out a year after the fact, though. It was more than a year after the fact. That's what I'm saying. They didn't come out with the movie.
Wait, when did the movie come out?
4 years ago?
2021. December 2021.
Okay, so yeah, just But yeah, we got the 3-pack announced at Toy Fair. The Spider-Man No Way Home 3-pack with the 3 different Spider-Mans without different heads. They just they were just in Spider-Man suits. Remember, you got that set. I remember you telling me you got that set.
Yeah, I did get that set.
I passed on it knowing that they were going to release them separately with their other heads, which they did, but it was a year down the line. They didn't even announce it. It was more than a year. I can look it up if you want. But yeah, we just got Electro just finally left stores. I mean, he was just hitting Ross, but we just got him it was like fall of last year, right? And and around that same time, around Christmas, I think we got Lizard. It was either Christmas or beginning of this year we got Lizard. Before that, we had Doc Ock and Green Goblin come out at the same time about a year and a half ago. I mean, I can look them up on Legends Verse, but it took forever for them to get us all the majority of the cast. We had that one retro wave, but the retro wave was Matt Murdock.
So I guess my question to you now is, do you think that they're just going to stop at Hulk and Spidey?
No.
Or do you think we're going to get more movie figures as time goes on?
I think we're going to definitely get at least a wave, and then we'll get every major character. I think we'll get every major character in the movie. Like, I have a feeling Punisher will come like a year or two down the road, just because they literally just released this one, and
right.
They just released the Daredevil Born Again version, which I just immediately put on my Spider-Man shelf, because again, we already had a MCU like Punisher from the Netflix series, so I was like, that's fine on that shelf. But I think you're going to get Punisher. I think you're definitely going to get Jean Grey. Now, do I know if they'll make like the cameo stuff like Tombstone or Ramrod or any of that? Like I said earlier, I don't know. Those I don't know, but I would assume we'll probably at least get Tombstone, because at least he has a speaking line.
Or I'm thinking at the most we'll probably get Scorpion.
Yep.
Oh, for sure. I think Scorpion will be a deluxe because he'll have a tail. That makes him a deluxe now all of a sudden. even though he hasn't.
And they'll
been.
probably make him an Amazon exclusive.
I would assume we're gonna get. What's up, buddy? I assume we'll get everybody. Like I said, I think we'll get a Punisher. I think for sure we'll get Jean Grey. Again, it's hard to say. It's hard to say who else they're gonna make, but I could see us getting like that detective woman. I can see us getting.
Jean DeWolf, you think so?
I do. I could see them even making Yelena just because they have so many they already have so many things they can do with her.
Oh, she's gonna be at the top of the jacuzzi.
With a Russian bathhouse. Marvel Legends first play set is a Russian bathhouse.
And then the Save Room for Jesus crowd will get so mad that they'll end up pulling her from shelves.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, I definitely see I definitely see a wave in our future. Now, who will actually be in that wave? I mean, like you guys said, Scorpion for sure. Jean Grey, I would think, is a definite. Who else they're gonna figure in? Maybe we'll get the guy from Damage Control.
Metzger, yeah. I mean, they have a lot of suited bodies, so it would be an easy.
I mean, probably Tombstone, because Tombstone, like I said, had the speaking part, so it's kind of like Daredevil. Like, we got a Matt Murdock figure, even though he was in the movie for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So
4 if you count the extended cut.
I didn't see the extended. I didn't even know there was an extended cut.
You didn't know there was an extended cut?
I remember they did something in theaters. Did they ever release that on video or anything?
Yeah, I have it.
Oh, well, thanks for sharing.
I mean, they didn't put it on physical media, but you can get it on digital.
Gotcha. But I mean, there's the way they released them last time. We had that one wave. Here, I'll just pull it up. Spider-Man. I won't share it on screen. I'm just looking it up on my phone. Spider-Man. No Way Home. Really?
That figure really disappointed me. I really wanted a non-symbiote Spider-Man, just like the toy. I was really hoping for that, but...
Well, the last time we got figures that came out around the movie was Far From Home. Because if you remember, we had the Molten Man.
We had the whole entire Molten Man wave, yeah.
We had Mysterio, we had Spider Monkey, we had a whole bunch of them.
It was half comic, half movie figures.
Still trying to find it. Probably just better off looking up 2001. Anyway, you guys talk about the movie or whatever while I look this up.
Well, the thing that was a real gut punch for me, well, 2 real gut punches for me, was when Peter saw MJ's new boyfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
That was like a kick to the dick, and he was as soon as he saw it, his whole face was like, "Damn, I feel like a cuck in a porno." God damn it!
Could you blame him though?
No, I can't blame him. But at the end of the day, he did this to himself. Again, and then the most.
But he didn't do it to torture himself. He did it to save them. I mean,
yeah, he made a choice. I understand that. He took what May said to him to heart. I get that. And the other part was when Jean jumped into MJ's body. And he kissed him. And for a second, he's like, he almost had what he had, that life he once had back. And then all of a sudden, Jean goes. And it's the second time in his life, God damn, I got kicked in the dick again.
Dude, that was so gut-wrenching.
It was
gut-wrenching. All right, real quick, Lizard and Electro were released in 2025.
Okay. That was last year.
Yeah.
When was the No Way Home wave?
I'm searching through right now.
2023. Right around December.
No, it was 2023. It was November 2023. I remember that.
Yep.
Because it was a year, like you said, literally a year after. I think it was a year after the movie came out.
Well, I mean, they had so many different things going on. They had Spider-Man, the retro line. They had the VHS line. They had the Spider-Verse line. It was also the year of Wolverine.
Well, 2024, I think, was the 50th anniversary of Wolverine.
All right, so Doc Ock and Green Goblin were released 2023. So again, if No Way Home was released in 21 or 22, that's still, like I said, a year later. Okay, so the Spider-Man wave was all three Spider-Mans with their heads, with their exposed heads.
Right.
It was Sandman,
MJ,
and Matt
Murdock.
Matt Murdock.
And before that, the only thing that was released was the 3-pack.
Yeah, people were pissed about that 3-pack.
Yeah, that's why it's one of the few things I never ordered, and I'm glad I didn't, because all it was different was just the hands.
No, it came with a bunch of accessories too.
Okay.
The webbing and all that stuff.
That pack.
And it came with the different hands.
That pack came out in 2023, and I remember it was revealed 2022, and it was $89.99.
Yeah, so $30 a figure.
Crazy to me.
Now we're paying $30 a figure for it. So really, whoa, people are bitching for nothing.
In this, well, 4 years ago, they were still $24.99. In 2022, they were still 24. They were like $26.99 at that point. No, they were 24. That was when they first became $24.99. Because remember, they went up.
Yeah, because previously they were $22.99.
Yeah, and they went up to 20. So yeah, I mean, 15 extra bucks at that time was a lot of money. And all I'm seeing with the extra accessories is just the extra hands. Each one has 2 extra sets of hands. I don't know what the other accessories were.
The webs. It came with a bunch of web lines. It came with, and they each had 3 sets of hands.
But again, and they had said we didn't want to spoil anything, so we couldn't release any of the, anything from it until afterwards, which meant they also didn't even have them in development until after the movie came out. But again, the last movie, everybody bitched because a lot of the costumes were inaccurate, and then they had to release them again. But the main point is, it took us 3 years to get everybody from the movie, and they'll still probably trickle out somebody.
Yeah, but it's just, I'm kind of like...
We are, 4 movies in, and we still have no Aunt May. We still
honestly,
don't...
Who's going to fucking buy an Aunt May besides you and me and Danny?
They released everybody. They released Ned. They released fucking MJ. They released Matt Murdock.
They only released one Ned figure, and it was in a 2-pack.
MJ twice.
MJ twice.
Yeah, because she's the love interest. Of course they're going to release her. Even though she was the shelf warmer.
Can I go out and say, I'd like to tell you, next to the Daredevil VHS pack, the Aunt May pack with Doc Ock is the second most expensive VHS pack.
Yeah, for the Doc Ock. Ain't nobody fucking buying that shit for Aunt May.
Bullshit. Everybody wanted that Aunt May. A lot of people didn't care about. I mean, I wanted the Doc Ock because it was the animated.
For me, that Doc Ock was the main reason that I could be okay without fucking Aunt May.
You know how many people I've seen sell off the Peter Parker Smythe 2-pack? They've sold off the Smythe, but they kept the Peter Parker.
That's so stupid to me. It's like that Smythe figure was one of my favorites. I literally got that 2-pack for the Smythe.
I love it too, but every toy show, if I see any VHS figures, it's either Doctor Strange or it's fucking Smythe. Every time. I never
That's crazy to me.
Never see Aunt May, never see Doc Ock, never see the Daredevil. If I do, it's like outrageously overpriced.
And you know what?
The Hydro Man I see a lot too. But the point is that to me, Spider-Man is like Batman. I want Commissioner Gordon. I want Alfred. I want
but here's the difference.
In plain clothes. I want Bruce Wayne in plain clothes.
Here's the difference. Like Commissioner Gordon and like Alfred were like the parts of Batman that are like essential. Yes,
So is Aunt May. Aunt May is
listen,
100% essential to
she
Spider-Man.
didn't become essential until she died.
Only in the movies, but she was still a big part of the movies. I mean, dude, she was a big plot hole in this movie. She's what helped Jean Grey get over being, all crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can say that, sure.
Watch, that'll get turned into a meme of how I go down on my wife or some.
Oh no.
And it's
You
great.
know, McFarlane, actually, it's funny enough you mentioned that, Gordon. They're finally making a Commissioner Gordon figure from the Dark Knight trilogy.
About fucking time.
Yeah. But the bad news is he's a collector's deluxe theatrical edition, so he's going to be $35.
Of course he is.
Hey.
Yeah, you gotta love McFarlane and his bullshit, right?
Listen, we are, 4 months away from Mattel, so.
Yeah. You know what? After the whole fiasco at San Diego with the way he did the exclusives, I'm like, fuck you, McFarlane. I'm glad you're losing the license. You're a fucking dick.
On the off thing, have you heard Supergirl from the Superpowers line has not been shipping to a lot of people?
Has not been?
I think they said it was Supergirl. Yeah, there was an issue where Supergirl wasn't shipping with the other ones if you ordered the whole set.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
People have gotten her. I saw Retro Toy Princess got her. So did Gatie's Toys. Some of the different people I followed, they got them, and they were all like, "Woo! Thank God that didn't happen to me." But they're all BSing has been posting about it all day about how people haven't been getting their Supergirls for their superpowers.
So what is Entertainment Earth doing about it?
I think it was Supergirl. I want to say it was Super. I don't know. I've been seeing things all day. I was, like I said, I had a shit day at work. It was a ton of bullshit today.
God, I literally just I had gotten charged for that last week, and I'm like, it's supposed to be shipping soon, and I'm like, oh fuck me, please let me get this fucking. Now that you're saying it, I'm like, fuck.
I really hope Mattel brings back superpowers. I really do, and I hope they do them with the old features. And even if they don't, I just like that line. There's just something about it that's just very toyetic.
I don't think so, because McFarlane owns DC Direct, and his Superpowers line is part of DC Direct. So, so that's most likely going to keep going. But my guess is it's going to be exclusively through Entertainment Earth.
Well, let's hope, because like I said, I mean, I think they're overpriced now. But when they first came out, $10, I was like, oh, I will buy them all day. I will buy these all day. And it's like anything else, they start fucking around with it. And I mean.
Funny thing is, I was cherry picking first couple of waves, and then I decided, I'm like, you know what? I like these so much, I'm just gonna go all in on them.
Yeah, I mean, I got a bunch of them on clearance for like $1.99, including Riddler, Guy Gardner, the old Superman, the old Batman. I just put them all in the vehicles. It just gave me an excuse to buy extras to put in the vehicles. I mean, I love the vehicles on it. I mean, no one can tell me that the vehicles haven't been great.
No, they have. I like the vehicle. I especially like the Batmobile.
Even the Whirly Bat, which is one of the dumbest things, but since it was an actual concept to the original line, I was like, I have to have this. I just wish he had done a Justice Jogger, just because I think that thing is so funny. If you don't know
what? I would have loved for him to do a Hall of Justice.
Right? That's why I got that. That's why I got that one from
Turbo Toys.
That's why I got one from them.
Hey, we really got to start doing like a sound effect so that we don't have to do it repeatedly.
Well, one day when I pay for StreamYard, then we'll get those buttons opened up. But yeah,
how much is StreamYard a month?
Expensive.
What's expensive?
$50 or something a month.
Oh,
I'd have to look at the plan. There's something different about the plan every time, and they do all these things to try to suck you in to get it, but it only lasts for like 2 or 3 months, and then it's like normal price. It's expensive. But eventually we'll get there. I want to try to build up a little bit more before we get there. Get my guys' mics or stuff like that too.
But going back to Aunt May, I guess she was in the film for not very long,
Hey,
but she did make an impact, especially toward the end.
and I'd rather see her in it, which was my one thing that I loved is that we didn't get Flash Thompson in this one because I hate the guy they got to play Flash Thompson.
yeah.
It drives me fucking nuts. And if they turn him into Agent Venom down the road, because I'm going to tell you here, before I get into that, I really feel like they are setting up this whole thing in Spider-Man with the X-Men and everything. I really feel like we're going to go into Doomsday. I would assume Spider-Man will be in it. I don't know why he wouldn't, because they haven't shown him yet. But you know he's going to be in Secret Wars, and I feel like they're going to introduce the black costume the right way, the symbiote in Secret Wars the right way. It's going to be the next Spider-Man movie, because if you think about it, it'll be the next one will be him with the black costume.
Well, you remember the after credits in
Venom.
Venom.
I saw an AI thing before I went to see Spider-Man, like the day before I went to see Spider-Man, and it was a scene with Jean Grey using her telekinesis to pull a little jar off of Peter Parker's, like it showed him in like his old room. So I figured it was AI as soon as I saw his apartment in this new one. But it was like his old room where she was like taking a canister off of his nightstand that had the goop in it that, like, you know, you could tell he had for some whatever reason, like he caught it or whatever.
No, you know what? It was the after credit scene in No Way Home, wasn't it? When Tom Hardy was at the bar.
Yeah, and he leaves a little piece of the symbiote behind, and so everybody assumed that would. But it's my strong feeling that this gives them the perfect opportunity, because if you think about it, if it takes 3 or 4 years for the next Spider-Man to come out, you have Doomsday. When is Secret Wars coming out? A year after or 2 years?
Yeah,
after?
a year.
A year after. So then by that time, the next thing that could come out could be Spider-Man in the black suit. That can be that whole movie, him figuring out how to get it. Then the next one could be it becoming Venom. So you have an opportunity to introduce him in the black suit. Nice, Danny. You introduce the black suit. You have the whole thing that you went through in Spider-Man 3, but without all the, you know,
confusing mess.
And then you actually, and at that same time, you can be introducing Eddie Brock, because they really have not gone into anything in any of this Spider-Verse about him being a photographer. They really haven't shown. They even made a kind of a joke about it in this movie about what is it you do for money anyway.
Yeah,
they never really say.
It's been an ongoing running joke. You're right.
He could be a, you know, I loved in Spider-Man 2 when he's a pizza guy and he's like, he took that guy's pizzas, you know, like those are like classic things to me. Or when the guy's like, Parker, I like you, but you're always late. You're not dependable. You're always late. He's like, oh, whoa! Like, I love that whole scene, and I love the fact that he's like, yeah, he's running pizzas. Like, yeah, he's doing photography, but it's not enough, so he's running pizzas. Like, technically, Spider-Man could be like one of the world's best Amazon delivery guys if he wanted to be. By the way, did you notice in the movie they show him like with a heavy coat on over him with the knit cap when he's fighting Scorpion in the beginning?
Yeah.
I love that. Because you don't see that often, but he has done that where he wears like, you know, a winter coat. Anyway, side note. But no, I really do feel like this would be a good opportunity to have him be like, hey, you know, I've been cracking Spider-Man or whatever job he ends up taking. He meets Brock through it. Then while wearing the suit, he becomes an asshole. He's an asshole to Brock. Keeps getting in Brock's way. It sets it up for the Fantastic Four to come in. Those could be like your guest people who help him get the suit off of him. And then it leads into the next movie, which you introduce Venom. I mean, then you're just, you know, and in the meantime, you can introduce a lot of other bad, you know, background bad guys as well.
You think we'll ever see Black Cat?
I mean, I would love to, especially. I think you could bring Black Cat into the next one. It's another, thank you for bringing that up, because that's another point I wanted to bring up. You can bring Black Cat into the next one where he starts to fall for her, realizing that MJ is not going to realize who he is. But
who do you think would be perfect for Black Cat?
Who do you think would be a good casting for Black Cat?
Sydney Sweeney.
How the fuck did I know you were going to say that?
I didn't say anything.
You know what? You know who I think would also make a good Black Cat? Indy Navarrete from Obsession.
But she's too. You can't give her white hair and then have her look right. She's gonna look so weird.
I think that would be perfect for her.
Like people have tones to their skin that goes with their hair. Like you give light hair to a person who naturally has dark hair. It never looks right to me.
No, I think it'll definitely look right in the film.
That's why they almost always use blondes when they do the Targaryens. They use natural blondes almost for all of them, or at least light-haired people, because when you put it, like when they have it with the black guys with the white hair, it looks cool. It really does. I love like all the guys who are like, the half.
Right.
They look great, but like if you do it to somebody who has like dark hair, like my wife would look crazy weird with like white hair, and eventually she will because everybody ages. But you get my point. It just doesn't match right. It just looks weird to me. But I could see it. I mean, I think she's
an amazing actress. I think she could pull it off.
Well, after what she did in Obsession, I would totally agree. She was amazing in that movie.
But I mean, you're not wrong about Sydney Sweeney as well. So I mean, she would also make a good Black Cat. She definitely has the body for it.
Yeah, and Black Cat is all about that sex appeal. I mean, that's a big part of her. So I mean, to me, it would make a lot of sense. But again, at the end of the movie, they kind of make it seem like Jean's gift, besides keeping Peter alive with breathing for him while he was unconscious and whatever, what it seemed like she did before she left was kind of make Ned and MJ realize that Peter is Peter. And granted, MJ already kind of knew from the whole discussion.
The letter thing, yeah.
Ned does the thing, and it was kind of like that snap that brought him back.
Muscle memory.
Huh?
Muscle memory.
Yeah, like the muscle memory. Good point. Muscle memory.
Well, a lot of the fan theories, when Jean did that power thing, and it kind of broke Strange's spell, but I don't know.
But they purposely said it didn't because she was embodying her at that time and that she didn't remember any of it. But if it's after the fact, see, that's where I feel like you can bring in Black Cat in the next movie as well. And now he starts to, get involved with Black Cat. And at the same time, now MJ starts to remember or starts to find that she does want to be with him. I mean, it could play, how those things always play well in movies, like.
Well, I mean, she literally said, I can't remember. She's like, I don't remember you at all. Like, Strange's spell worked.
Yeah.
But it's just like, but the thing is, it's heartbreaking to see, but at the same time, it's like, well, it's not for no reason. Like, she doesn't hate him, but she can't remember him. She can't love him because she can't remember him.
She never kisses him again, though. She only kisses him when she's under the spell. She's technically under Jean Grey.
Oh, when Jean possessed her, yeah.
Again, with that muscle memory type, with that emotion kick through the spell, though, is kind of my point.
It didn't.
It did?
No, I said it didn't.
Well, because again, it didn't because it wasn't really her. She doesn't remember anything. So she wouldn't have remembered from that kiss because she technically wasn't in her own mind at that time. She was in.
Yeah, but no, my thing was Peter should have seen it coming from a mile away because he knew what the mechanics of her powers are. But I think he was so lost in the sauce.
Well, but again, I think he thought because he showed her his face in the Spider-Man costume that it jogged her memory.
Yeah. So
again, it's all and who knows? I mean, I don't know.
People are like, "Oh, she remembers. She just doesn't want to admit it." I'm like, "What? That's so stupid."
Yeah,
that's so fucking stupid. Why?
I don't. These are just some of my theory. Again, you guys can agree or disagree. Excuse me. I feel like that would be a really good route to go down to kind of bring all those different elements in, especially. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with Doomsday or Secret Wars, but that would be a really good way to kind of tie that all in, I feel like.
Yeah.
And again, how much longer are they going to keep Tom Holland around? I don't know, but I like the fact that he's been constant.
Well, he's at an age now where they can still continue to make Spider-Man movies with him. It's not like he's going to age out.
I mean, with how this one is performing, I mean, it's almost $1 billion already.
And that's the
Sure.
crazy part. That's the crazy part. It's like it was like you see a film like Odyssey, which has been out for 12 days, and it's already at like almost the $800 million mark. And then you have Spider-Man come in and literally obliterates it within one day.
Yep. Yep.
And it's like, it's crazy to me because it's like even when you look at Supergirl, right? It's like that movie was a disaster from like beginning to end to the point where now they're considering putting it on streaming early.
Say hi.
I so
Say hi.
it's
Hi, Kadri.
hi. What's
said-
up?
He just said hi, Danny, too.
Hello.
But it's like, but again, it's like you see a movie like that, and it just goes to prove to you that doesn't matter who's leading the movie, as long as you have like a good story to it. And again, like you said, Spider-Man is one of those like universal heroes that like everyone loves.
Well, I feel people love it. I mean, listen, Batman did really great, too.
Well, Batman and Spider-Man are kind of in that same parallel kind of like it's gonna do good no matter what.
But
I
again,
mean,
but Wonder Woman did really great, too. Not like this for opening, but it did really well. But then the second one came out and was so trash that it was
because
like...
the story was an ass.
Well, it also came out during COVID, though, too, didn't it?
Yeah, well, Tenet came out during COVID and it still did decently.
But it was also
So-
one of the first movies back in God knows how long. So, I mean...
But again, here's the thing: like Wonder Woman did well because it had a really good. The first Wonder Woman had a really good story to it. Like it had a really good origin story.
really.
The second one, the problem with the second Wonder Woman movie is the same problem with She-Hulk. They went too much into they followed the source material way too much, and in some cases, like as much as people want you to follow the source material, like certain movies like Wonder Woman, like certain characters like Wonder Woman and She-Hulk, you need to make changes, but changes that work.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
and like Superman 2, like again, I liked the only movie I didn't like was Aquaman 2 and Superman 2. Or not Superman 2, Wonder Woman 2. But all those movies I thoroughly enjoyed. And I feel
what do you
like
think of The Flash?
I liked elements. I liked a lot of the Flash, but the CGI really was jarring. And I really don't like Ezra Miller. He's not my favorite.
Yeah, and I think he's
that
the
way-
main reason why that movie.
But I felt that way going into the movie and still went to see it because
Right.
I wanted to see all the different. I mean, a big selling point to me was 89 Batman.
Yeah,
But again, there were a lot of things about it that were fan servicey that I really liked, and I feel like if the CGI had been better on some of the stuff, I would have enjoyed it more. But again, there was so much going on with that movie, even without COVID, and then to top it with COVID, it was. Listen,
well, again, the movie came out in 23.
huh?
The movie came out in 2023. So
It had started filming before COVID hit, and then it got delayed because of COVID.
okay, I gotcha. I see what you're saying.
So there
But-
was a lot of stuff that happened in between that, and then people were I remember seeing like photos of set stuff with them with masks on and stuff. I mean, there was a lot of different stuff that went on with that. I mean,
Now-
How do you like
COVID messed up a lot of stuff. What's that?
How do you like Grant Gustin?
Who?
Grant Gustin, TV Flash, CW Flash.
Didn't really watch the show, to be honest with you. I watched the old show back in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
So to me, like they had released like one figure of him back in the day, and I wanted it so bad I never found it.
Which one? You talking about the Mattel one?
Yeah.
I literally got lucky and got it off a Big Bad Toy Store when it was like up for like 10 seconds. As soon as I got them, he sold out.
Well, we had
And this was like before the days when they were ending, when they
Right.
were losing the license.
it was right when it was ending. Because they had the Wonder Woman, they had a Danny DeVito.
Yeah,
Penguin.
that was the wave. The Wonder Woman, Danny DeVito from Batman Returns, and the Flash.
Because I wanted the Wonder
Oh,
Woman,
and Kilmer.
Flash.
And Kilmer in the Panther suit.
I don't remember. But anyway, there was a GameStop right by where I live now. That was
Mhm.
it was a huge GameStop, and half of it was like a Think Geek. It was like all incorporated in one. But that was when they were
Right.
trying to bring Think Geek into it, and that's when they really started selling collectibles and toys and like statues and all that. And they had gotten that wave in that morning, and I didn't get there till like a couple hours after they opened, and like they only had, I think, Danny DeVito up, and they're like, oh yeah, this is the second time we got him. They sell out right away, but Danny DeVito's always, sticks around, and I was so pissed because I wanted that fucking Barry Flash so bad, and I don't know. And the Wonder Woman I wanted real bad too, but whatever. I mean, I'm sure I can find them now. They're probably not even that expensive, but again, to me, that was my Flash. But it doesn't matter. Like, I just don't like Ezra Miller. I don't like all the bullshit he's been involved with and some of the shit I've heard him say. And normally I'm very good about like separating the art from the artist because I hate when people boycott shit because of one person, especially when there's been so many people who've worked on something, and if the
Right.
story's good and whatever, and the actor can carry it, despite how I feel about them, like Jared Leto, um, I, it's not fair. Well, it's not fair to everybody else that Masters of the Universe might have tanked because of Jared Leto, and even despite the fact that he was one of the best parts of the movie. I don't agree with any of the stuff he's been accused of or what's going on there. But like at the end of the day, there was a lot of other people in that movie who helped make that movie great and make that movie a lot of fun. And again, all that stuff gets wrapped up, especially in the world of everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah.
Um, but again, I just for me it really was. I liked Flash, but it wasn't like there was too many.
Mind blowing.
Yeah, there was too many things about it that went against it to make me really enjoy it the way I wanted to. I really liked Keaton in it, but again, like the CGI, the way they show him running around at like 60 years old, I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like some of that stuff, I was like, okay, that's a bit much. But him running around using his tech and stuff, like if I'm gonna see an older Batman, I want to see him be more like the Batman Beyond before Batman Beyond becomes Batman Beyond, where he's relying on his suits and his tech to really help him do his crime fighting. But anyway,
But I think they were trying to make him more like Dark Knight Returns Batman, where he didn't really use his tech. He was pretty much trying to be like his old self.
but you know what I'm saying. You're a Batman
Right.
Beyond fan. You know exactly.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So anyway,
yeah.
let's kind of wrap this up.
All right.
So at the end of the day, I really enjoyed the movie. I'm not even kidding. Like my buddy Pete gave it a 9 out of 10. He said I've never seen a 10 out of 10, so when I see one I'll let you know. But that's his highest rating. Mine was a 10 out of 10. Obviously you guys did not feel the same way. Danny, what was your
For me,
score?
it's an. Oh, sorry. Go.
8 out of 10.
Okay, that's still a very high score.
Yeah.
I'll give it a. I'll be generous. I'll give it like a 8.5.
Okay, so again, I mean, it was still. Would you say it was still a great movie, or it was just
No, great movie, but not as good as No Way Home. And
Okay.
but way better than Homecoming and Far From Home because I did not enjoy those movies at all.
Just to say, Andrew's right. I think it could have come half hour for this movie.
I listen. I would agree with that too, but I felt the more I want to see it again because there's parts of it where it's kind of slow and you're like, okay, do we really need this? But they are kind of setting up things. So again, I want to see it again to get that fresh perspective. Danny, what would you say was your favorite part of the whole movie?
Like I said, where Punisher comes and helps Peter with the Hulk. Attacking the Hulk, that was pretty dope.
That was such a great scene, just all around.
Yeah.
Kadri, what about you?
Believe it or not, my favorite scene was the fight with the hand.
That was
After he turns off the inhibitor and finally accepts who he is.
that whole scene with the hand, the way they choreographed it with like the ninjas, like it was fresh out of the comics, and people were like, "Oh, that was so cool." I'm like, read a comic, but I mean, like literally, that was
Well,
epic.
I'll give the director of Shang-Chi this. He does know how to direct an action scene.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't like Shang-Chi much, but when it comes to the fights, he knows how to direct an action scene. I'll give him that.
up. I love Shang-Chi all the way up until the last 30 minutes of the movie. Then it just got too fucking stupid to me. It was way too like, okay, really?
Yeah, like that really what killed the movie for me. Like I like it was good until like the last half an hour.
Same. Um, I mean, I'm with Danny. That was I like the whole Hulk thing between the slap, him holding up like pretty much a big part of the building with the webbings all sticking. There were so many elements that I loved, but honestly, what really tore me up the most was the whole scene with the kiss. It just hit me in such a way I wasn't expecting because the acting involved in it on both ends was so fucking good. The way she went from acting like she was controlled to being herself and just back and forth. The embrace they have when he hugs her and is like, I missed you so much. You could feel that hug. If you've ever hugged somebody, I'm hoping you both have, I'm assuming you have, where you've hugged somebody so tight because you were so happy to see them, or because you miss them so much, or just because they're someone you care about and you just give them that tight hug. Like, you could feel that. I could feel that at least. And it sent like an emotion through me that like really messed me up for like 2 days. And I'm not going to go too much into it, but like I mentioned something to Pete, but like then him and them having that kiss and that hug and then her just pulling away and just realizing it was Jean controlling her. I was just like, holy fuck. And you're talking to a guy who lives for the Hulk and Punisher scene, who lives for those opening comic book scenes, who lives for the Red Ninja scenes, the hand ninja scenes, the who lives for the Scorpion fight. I mean, like, that's what I'm going to the movies for, and I was totally taken back by that whole kiss scene. So
Yeah, I mean, I could see how that could trigger you because that's like like I said, that was very gut wrenching for me too because like when like I had a similar situation like that once and that person like I like this was someone I dated and like I had that kind of interaction with them and then come to find out we had a really bad breakup after that and that shit destroyed me for a very long time. So like seeing that scene, like I understand how much of a gut punch that was, and which is why it resonated with me so much as well.
can I just tell you that it's I'm with you with what you're saying, and it's kind of the same. But the it's what made me it's what makes me so happy with my wife. So it's a long story, but I do have to tell you, Superman's hand has been punching you in your temple throughout most of the show, and it's been so distracting to me. If
Is
you
it?
look, it's just funny because I just see this little hand that like you're like right in the corner there, and it's like right here. Yeah. Anyway, as you're talking, I'm sitting there trying to listen to you and be like and hear your story, and I'm just like, he's punching him right in the temple. Oh, there goes Jeff. My name, Jeff. But no, I honestly that kiss scene, and I feel like
I'll have him punch me in the mouth.
you both, I feel like you both, I know you both enough to know that you both have had a love and whatever meaningful to you that we've all been there, and like for me that whole scene, just the acting in it, the fact that they're married, I'm sure helps a ton with their chemistry, but like the way he holds her after, I mean the kiss is a Hollywood kiss, but afterwards it was like that embrace was just like it just right through me. You know what I mean? It was just so like holy shit. Like, yeah, this is what you've missed. This is what you've been fighting for. This is why you made the sacrifice you made. And now you have a chance to hold that person who you care about so much. It just I don't
Just
know.
the loss of it just kind of fucks with you.
Without that scene, it would have been a 9 out of 10 for me. Because I still really enjoyed the movie. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it, even though I didn't. I was very much like you with the Jean Grey stuff, with the death and all that. But I do know her past is she does have a past with getting angry and hurting people. And anybody who reads X-Men knows this. So,
No, I get that part of it, but the thing is, again, the only time she's ever murdered people was when she was the Dark Phoenix. So
yeah, again, but outwardly, yes. but she has hurt people in the past with her powers, and intentionally, before she knew how to control them. And
Right.
I'm not going to go into all that. I'm just saying, overall, that scene really was like, I mean, it really just got me like thinking
Like,
a lot.
for me, I felt she was just a MacGuffin.
I feel like
She's a MacGuffin more than the main villain.
I really felt like she was set up for future things more than anything else.
Yeah, for the plot,
because she's apparently not in Doomsday. She's in Secret Wars, but she's apparently not in Doomsday.
Well, no, because remember, if the plot leaks from what have been given are true, Spider-Man kind of confirms things a bit.
I don't know. All I've heard about is the Fantastic Four end scene with Franklin and what everybody thought was Doom, but it's really those witches. So it's all everybody's been talking about since Comic-Con. Anyway,
yeah, but we already talked about the plot leaks, so
yeah, let's end this with the credit scene. What are your guys' thoughts?
Well, he's obviously off planet.
Is he off planet though, or did it find another Spider-Man from a different world? That's kind of the ongoing thing, is that it's Toby's signal coming up. Your guys' thoughts, Danny?
Cosmic Spider-Man?
Oh, that's one I haven't heard. I kind of like that take.
What?
But he technically is Cosmic Spider-Man, but
I was joking.
no,
I just said, is that Cosmic Spider-Man? I was joking.
Well, here's the thing, though. Being Jean was in the movie, maybe they might be teasing Phoenix Spider-Man or Spider-Phoenix.
All right, so did you guys like that closing scene? Because honestly, I hated it.
That was just a waste of time, honestly. Like, they could have come up with something better.
I did the comic book guy as loud as I could for the whole theater to hear and be like, worst end credit scene ever! And just kind of like walked out. Because like I said, we had all gone to the front row to wait for the credits to watch the end scene. And then I said that and we all walked out laughing. But
I saw somebody recording the scene. And just like there's like a bit of like pitch black just before the end credit.
Yeah.
I yelled like, hey, start.
Nice. One thing I do want to shout out, they thanked a lot of huge Spider-Man artists and writers at the end. If you
I saw that in the credits.
I thought that was fantastic. Because let's be honest, guys like Bagley, McFarlane, Eric Larson, a lot of those guys brought Spider-Man out of the dumps because he was really
especially Bagley.
I mean,
Bagley in the 90s, McFarlane in the early 90s, but still.
McFarlane really, I mean, say what you want about McFarlane, he really did put Spider-Man back on the map. But all those guys, all those, big guys back in the, even Jim Lee, who was doing more X-Men than anything else.
Jim Lee did a Spider-Man cover?
Well, he did Spider-Man with the X-Men. Liefeld did Spider-Man with the X-Force. I mean, yeah, there's
I gotta find that.
It's in the 90s runs. He's like in one of the episodes that Jim Lee does, or not episodes, but one of the comics. I'm 99% sure. I could be mixing it up with Liefeld though, but I'm not.
I think you're mixing it up with Liefeld. I don't think Lee ever did a Spider-Man issue.
Well, I don't think he did the Spider-Man issue. He did an X-Men where Spider-Man was in it. So I don't know. I'd have to look it back up. But anyway, I thought that was a cool little nod to all those. It wasn't just Stan Lee and,
and now they're making me want to get the Spectacular Spider-Man issues 197 through 199. Now makes me want to find that 3-part issue with X-Men in it.
I'm gonna go look up if Jim Lee, because I could have swore he did one, and I remember being like, "Oh
no, dude, if he did, I would have had that book."
Either way, props to McFarlane, to Eric Larson, to Bagley, to all the different Spider-Man. What was it, Ditko? I mean, it was just nice to see them get their nod, even if
J. Scott Campbell.
Well, Jay, you don't need to talk to me about J. Scott Campbell. I mean, you could even say Scotty Young. I didn't see Scotty Young's name on there, but Scotty Young has been a huge cover artist for Spider-Man over the last 10 years.
Hey, man, you know what? speaking of Eric Larson, I'm just glad McFarlane made a Savage Dragon figure because I've been dying to have a decent one. Because I mean, listen, the comic hero one from Toy Biz is nice, but he just felt so tiny to me.
Well, he was, because the figures were smaller. I mean, Toy Biz figures are like that. But anyway, well, why didn't you get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one or the Playmates ones that are like 5 POA?
I could never find them. I did get most of the Wildcats. I'm only missing a couple.
Oh, I have all the Wildcats. I think I'm only missing 2 of the variants. But I have
Well,
all.
I didn't buy the variants. I just wanted the core Wildcats team and Hellspawn.
Yeah, I got
But
them.
man, I really hope McFarlane does make the rest of the Wildcats, but I don't think so because they're still owned by DC, if I remember correctly.
It doesn't matter if he keeps. He's not going to sell enough of them if he keeps putting them out at $50. Ones like Savage Dragon will sell for $50. Shadowhawk maybe, but
No, Shadowhawk, I heard, has not been doing that well.
well, there you go. Then I'll wait to find them at Ross for $25, which is what I would have paid. Again, that's the kind of stuff that drives me nuts. But anyway, gentlemen, great show as always. Always fun talking with you guys. I really liked your takes on stuff.
Shout out the sponsors.
Let's shout out the sponsors.
Turbo Toys.
And Mr. Wayne's Pop Culture and Collectibles.
We thank you for sponsoring this here program, and we appreciate you joining us, whether you're watching us live or on the replay. Make sure to check out those toy stores if you're in the Chicagoland area, and look us up. Let us know you're in town. Maybe you'll see us at a toy show or something that I'm trying to desperately get Danny to go to in October.
Yeah.
Speaking of shows in October,
that's like
hopefully you guys will see me at Comic Con.
New York Comic Con.
Kadri.
Huh?
Mr. Wayne's will be at Comic Con.
He's going to New York Comic Con?
For a booth. Yeah, they're gonna have a little.
He's gonna have a booth?
Yep.
Wow.
Seriously, let me know what booth number he's at.
How is he having how is he having he's going to bring items with him from Chicago to New York? Wow. Driving, I take it.
Yep.
Wow, that's insane. Those prices for clothes are so insane. Wow, and good for him.
I just want to say, you can find Brian at Marvel Legends, and you can find me Gucci on Instagram, and we can find Kadri at Cocaine. A terrific Instagram. Go on.
Yeah, so check us out on all the things. Make sure to like, follow, and hit the bell notification so you know when we're going to be going on. Typically, it's always Mondays at 7, but, you know, things
7 in Chicago time.
Oh, yeah, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you very much over here with our sausage and hoagies and, you know, our beef sandwiches and deep dish pizzas.
And you pop.
Yes, and our pop and our gym shoes, not our sneakers. And we drink out of a water fountain, not a bubbler.
Yes. And we also have we just don't fucking.
Yeah, we don't say, where's your pissa?
Where's your piss?
Where's your pissa? Anyway, everybody have a great night. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Monday on This Week in Greek. Yeah, this week. I just did a Danny.
First you said Duke, now you said Greek. What the fuck?
I almost said Greek. Hey, yours is a little bit more outrageous, pal, than mine. Mine's a flood. Hey, and first off, Kadri was the one who kept giving you shit about it, not me. I just kept going, oh, fuck.
Yeah, not bothering me.
So thank you for joining us in This Week in Geek. Catch us next week.
Don't weak it up, guy.
Well, I was also thinking of Twig. That's all right. We're going to have Kadri do the intro and outro next week. So until next time.
Fuck that.
See? And he bitches at us, but he doesn't even want to do the intro or outro. Hey, yo, welcome to Twig.
No, you don't listen. You don't want us to get demonetized almost immediately with Feista, because this will be me. Welcome, cocksuckers, to This Week in Geek, you fucking bitches.
Thank you, folks. Love y'all. See you, boys.
See ya. Bye.
And